originally patented as an antibiotic, and that's interesting. So there's two ways that glyphosate will be found in the foods that your dog eats and the foods that you eat. The first way is genetically modified ingredients. So you know that GMO corn, GMO soy, all of those products are made Roundup ready, and that means that the Roundup will kill all the, you know, the bugs, the plants or whatever that will harm those crops, but it's safe for the crops. They've been genetically modified to withstand the Roundup. So that's a major source of glyphosate exposure in your dog. But one that you might not think about is they're called OWL, O-W-L ingredients.
Okay.
What happens is a lot of crops, once they're harvested, they spray them with Roundup or glyphosate to dry them out. And that has a lot heavier glyphosate residue on it. So what are the foods that are sprayed with glyphosate? OWL. The first is O, oats. Oats contain just a nasty amount of glyphosate in them. Second one is W, wheat, barley, rye. They're also sprayed as they're harvested to dry them out. And L is legumes, right? Chickpeas, all of those. And think about all these grain-free foods that are reputedly causing heart conditions in dogs. So those three ingredients are just filthy with glyphosate. I don't know where Audrey is.
Did she sneak away?
Yeah, she did. Never get a dog like Audrey.
Here she comes.
No, that's just JJ.
Oh.
Let me find Audrey, and then we'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Hide!
There she is.
Okay, so you're going to want to avoid those foods. Why? Why is glyphosate such a big deal to your dogs? First of all, dogs have like 500 times the EPA safety limit in them. It's ridiculous how much glyphosate is in dogs. And that's because of the foods that they eat and because they're low to the ground and they're in a lot of places that are sprayed. So first of all, our dogs have way more glyphosate in them than we do.
Yeah.
And it's already a problem for us because you're probably aware of this. Somebody has already successfully sued for cancer caused by glyphosate. So here's how glyphosate harms plants and bugs and how glyphosate harms your dogs. There's two ways. First is it binds to minerals.
Yeah.
So it chelates or binds to minerals. And that strips our soil of minerals. So most of us and our dogs are mineral deficient. And if we're eating glyphosate, it's even worse. Not only does it strip it from the soil, it goes into your dog's digestive tract and binds to all of the minerals in his diet and makes them inaccessible. That's the first way it harms your dog. The second way that it harms your dog is called the Shikimate pathway. So the little organisms that glyphosate has been made to kill have something called a Shikimate pathway. And this is an enzyme pathway that produces their energy and fuels their metabolism. Glyphosate shuts it down, devastated. And it essentially gives those substances AIDS. They have no minerals, they have no nutrition, they have no energy, and they die. Now, they say it's okay. Roundup is safe for you and your dog because you don't have the Shikimate pathway. You don't rely on that metabolic enzyme kind of pathway to produce your energy and your nutritional needs. But do you know what does? The bacteria that live in your dog's gut. So if your dog is eating glyphosate or he's exposed to glyphosate on a regular basis, it's just like you're giving him antibiotics every single day. And it's going to devastate his microbiome, all those bacteria in his gut. And don't forget, 80% of his immune system lives there. These bacteria are so important that they can even talk directly to your dog's brain. And they'll get killed off by all the glyphosate that your dog is consuming. So this is one of many scary ingredients that's lurking in your dog's food if you feed kibble.
Right.
If you feed your dog kibble, or if you work with people or know people who do. Oh, and by the way, dogs eating a raw diet only have negligible amounts of glyphosate. So they're not getting it necessarily through environment, they're getting it through their food.